Beautiful weather. I think it's time to talk to Jerry about getting your plants ready for the heat that's coming up. I know there's a lot of bugs to talk about too. So
we'll start with the bugs first. The Japanese beetle is taking off plants everywhere, eating the blooms, eating the leaves off of them. I brought this to show you. I brought another one here to show you too.
Okay.
I've been talking about the 1/8, the one over here. It's very safe to use on vegetables too.
Sure.
Then I brought this blue bottle here. It's the organic version.
Okay.
Which is safe to use too on everything that has the bugs eating on it. There's a little red spider mite. It's a little rusty looking bug. It's eating on the leaves too. So if you have some of your leaves starting to turn yellow, it's not from the watering, which we're going to talk about watering now next week. With the watering, never get the cold water on the leaves if you can help it.
Okay.
If you're on the ground, it's always better to water early morning. Get up early, water good, and if it's dry when you come home, you can water again, but try to keep the water off the leaves because the water's usually in the 50-degree range, and it could be 100 out.
Yeah.
It's too much shock in the leaves. It'll turn your leaves yellow sometimes too.
It's kind of losing the chlorophyll there?
Yeah.
Is that what's kind of going on?
Yeah. Now, if you have any plants that don't look very good, we still have our half-price sale up in Ames, Iowa at the Holubs up there. Half price on all the plants, shrubs. We have herbs, we have tomatoes, peppers, if you want to plant a few if you have problems with them. And it's half price going through this weekend too up there.
You can still get plenty of time out of those plants, obviously.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. In the middle here, we'll show you these three right in the middle are perennials, which means they come up every year. We have hundreds of those to choose from up in Ames. Over on the far side over here, we have some little house plants. And really, we don't usually do that, but we have house plants half price also.
Oh, okay.
We have all different type, big floor plants too. And over on this side over here, there are a few mosquitoes, but it's not quite as bad because it's staying drier.
Sure.
But there are still some mosquitoes out there. The citronella plant right here works great for that. And this plant will get about 3 foot tall by the end of the summer.
That's pretty big. When I lived in Miami, the citronellas were all over the place.
Oh yeah.
You know, mosquitoes.
Yep. And we have herbs too. You can smell them here. This is a rosemary.
Smells like dinner.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. We have a lot of herbs up in Ames too, of course, half price too that way too. So, like I say, if you have any other questions too, I've had many calls this week, people asking mainly about watering because they saw your forecast next week and about bugs. That's the two biggest things. I get calls at the end of the segment here. It'll show my phone number. I take calls all the time. Even when I'm out in the lake fishing, which I'm going to go with my granddaughter and I are going fishing, about an hour from now we'll be on the lake fishing. So.
There's your number right there.
Yeah, there's my number on the bottom.
Jerry.
Yeah, give me a call there. I take in my fishing. Now, if I'm reeling in a fish, you got to wait just a little bit till I get the fish in the boat. Otherwise, I do answer them out fishing too. It happens all the time.
That's called priority.
Oh, it is priority. Got to get the fish in the boat first, you know.
Yeah. So why? Obviously, the morning is the best time to water. And there's several kind of different reasons behind that, right?
The main reason is you don't want your plant wilting overnight because warm at night it'll be wilting and then the sun hits it. That'll damage a lot of your leaves. You want your plant to be nice and crisp, have water in the leaves, in the stem, and then it can survive the heat better. And it can absorb water later in the day. When you come home from work, if something is dry, just give it some water, but keep the water off the leaves.
Gotcha.
That's the biggest thing, that way too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you want to kill bugs too, a good time to kill them is right close to dark. The bugs come out at dark and eat most of the time. So get your watering done too if you have to do some spot watering at night, and then spray around the bottom of the soil. They usually hide in the soil. And the bugs come up and attack your plant during the daytime then too, and sometimes in the night.
Gotcha. So the bugs try to avoid the peak heating in the
day
day
too. Yeah, right. Just like we do, Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I mean, the best way to try to, I'm worried about just the length of this heat wave coming. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and just soak them good when you water. Don't just give a little bit of water. When you water them, water till the water comes out the bottom of your pot if you can too.
Okay.
Give them a good soaking. And then the water goes down to the roots and they're usually in the bottom of the pot.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jerry,
thank you.
Jerry Friday, another one. Thanks, Jerry. We'll be right back with more after this.